Welcome back to Ravenwillow Farmstead. Previously, we've cleared a forest, built a road over a muddy section of land, discovered what was in the mysterious tarp, and de-stumped our garden area, making Caitlyn very happy. We are Rob and Caitlyn, and we would like to thank you for choosing to join us as we turn this land into our dream farmstead. We were absolutely thrilled to see the beautiful soil we would soon be gardening in. But we were also under a lot of pressure. The construction crew only had so much time before their next job, and we still had some big projects to complete that had not even been started yet. When taking on any major project, you have to be intentional at keeping the end goal in focus. The chaos of reorganizing the state of what you have into something more efficient and productive can easily distract and overwhelm you. Taking the time to put things into perspective can make all the difference. That is the tale of this episode, as we endeavor to turn this land, wild and chaotic as it is, into a beautiful, fruitful, and efficient farm.
You guys are so silly.
So we wanted a couple of big rocks be saved. Look at the size of these things. They're massive. There's my water bottle on it for comparison.
Wow, that's a huge rock pile. The chickens are not too happy. Rusty's out.
Rusty, you gonna take that thing off? Sure, eyeing it up.
Wow. That's a good rock.
It was a great rock, so we decided it would be the rock that we would move to the end of our driveway. This would be a point where we could put our signage and advertise to our community. We didn't come into this part with a plan, so it took us a few tries to get it set up in a way that looked just right. It was fortunate that the operator was patient and skilled enough to get the rocks right where we wanted them. Having spent a few hours with the tractor with the backhoe, I had some serious respect for how smooth he could control his machine.
I love that it has the shelf on the top.
Yeah.
It's sticking out too much in the driveway. Yeah, it doesn't look good. But she's talking now about
Finally, after an extensive family consensus, a decision was made, and the rocks would find their new landing spot.
Just a tad more. Perfect.
Now, with the rocks moved to their new home, it was time to refocus. We needed to haul away the stumps and roots from the garden area and finish the road to the garden and chicken coop. Time was running out, and we could not afford any more distractions. The next morning saw us starting at daybreak, hauling away all the stumps from the garden area. Each incoming load of road material left with a load of stumps. Soon, this section would be leveled, and we could continue building garden beds to complete our garden. Compared to the West Side Road, the Garden Road seemed to be up and ready in almost a blink of an eye. We were making some serious progress, and it was exciting to finally see everything starting to come together.
What's with all this mess?
So this is just a lot of the material that they pulled out of where the road is going to be. This road here is actually just temporary. It's just so that they can truck the material down easier, faster. They don't have to worry about any kind of cornering. But the road is actually going to go a little bit more off to the side because Dad's house and his trailer are going to be parked up here. So they're going to cut away a little bit, make about a 45-degree slant down to the road, and then they're going to have a big flat area that comes right out here and then just joins all of this. And to our right is the road access that we now have to the chickens and the garden and the orchard. This was really important so that we can bring in loads of compost, wood chips, you name it, anything that you need back here. We finally can bring it back by truck or by trailer and not by hand and wheelbarrow. So that
Down
was
a
a
hill.
really big thing. Down a
Treacherous
suicide
hill.
Yeah. So this area here is all going to be smoothed out. It's not going to be built up quite so much. And then in here, what I was actually thinking of doing is grassing it. And then this is where I can run my chicken tractors.
I had that thought too, actually. This would be a perfect spot for chicken tractors.
For now, yeah, until we get more out there. And then over here, we got to adjust a little bit on our original garden plans, having it 84 by 84. It's going to be a little bit shortened on this end, just the way that the road worked. They've actually been able to take a lot of this pile. It's unfortunate that we've got such a pile here, and we're going to have to burn a lot of it just because it's so dirty. It's been crushed up, just the way that it was cleaned up and piled. There's not going to be much that we can use this wood for other than to burn it. But that'll take about a year for the wood to dry. So up there is where we're having the trench coming down for the water line. It's going to come down just past the garden area and all the way to the closest corner here now of the chicken coop. And that's where we're going to have our frost-free hydrant. And with that hydrant, we can water this entire garden. We can set up a irrigation system. I can water the chickens in the winter. And when we're ready for it, we can then trench and piggyback off of that line over into the greenhouse area so that we have water for our greenhouses as well as the market gardens that we're planning on building on this side. But for now, it's going to have to stay before. However, we've got Wallace on the job, That's where we've penned Wallace, or we're going to be penning Wallace once I get the wire strung out. It's going to be helping us turn that forest into more of a pasture type area. It's going to help us to clear out all the brush, all the grasses, everything like that, and start fertilizing the ground forest as well. So Wallace is on the job as soon as I can get the wire up. We did, however, collect ourselves a nice pile of rocks. Caitlyn and I love using rocks for landscaping, and where we're from, any of these rocks would be hundreds of dollars, but here we have almost an endless supply. We've got a pile here, we've got a pile there, we've got another pile up there, and we've got a couple of big ones that we were able to salvage to put out by the driveway that we're really excited about putting our sign up and stuff.
Even thousands of dollars, some of these.
Yeah.
These are big rocks. I remember getting a quote in Alberta. They have to truck them up from the Rocky Mountains, and they were so expensive, thousands of dollars.
And out here you couldn't sell these.
No.
You can't sell these out here. Farmers are giving them away. They want
We're
nothing with them.
rock rich.
Rock rich out here. Yeah. So you didn't come earlier, did you?
No, I didn't have time.
Two, three. What? Ooh, three? That's strange. Usually we got at least four. A couple girls are taking the day off today. Yesterday we had 5.
They like to lay in the evenings, didn't you say?
There's 1 or 2 that sometimes like to lay in the evening. There's been so much stress though going on with the construction. We have too many roosters in there, so egg production is down. We need to process those roosters, and then once these projects are done, they can start to calm down a little bit more. It's getting down to the crunch here, and we're not sure that we're going to be able to get it done this week. We would have gotten it done a lot faster, but that west side road took a lot longer than it was expected to. What I thought would be maybe a foot or 2 of mud ended up into like 4 to 5 feet of mud that had to be excavated. And when you excavate all that mud out of there, now you got to fill 4 to 5 feet with fill, and fill that's not just going to turn into mud. So a lot of sandstone, large boulders went into that. So it's really put us behind schedule. This is week 2. This is only Tuesday. We've got 3 more days to go, working 12 to 14-hour days, and we're gonna do what we can to try and make sure that it all gets done. But tomorrow we're doing the trenching. So the trenching is gonna come from the corner of the house here. It's gonna go down across the garden all the way to the southwest corner of the chicken coop, or the hydrant. So there's going to be a hydrant all the way down there for the garden and for the chickens for winter. Also, we're doing some stuff over here. So I just told Dad the bad news that he's got to move his trailer tonight.
Oh, tonight?
Because we're going to get him to move it just over here onto this part section. Past the septic tanks, because they're going to be trenching from the septic tanks to the center of where his house is going to be going, and they're going to be trenching from the center of the house here underneath to where his house is, and then they're going to be going from where the center of his house is going over that way towards where the farm stands are going to be for both a frost-free hydrant as well as an animal waterer. So that's all taking place tomorrow morning. So Dad's got to move his trailer over onto this part of the front yard, and then we're gonna go mark out where the bypass road is going to be for the farm stands. And then once they've got the gravel down for that tomorrow, hi guys. Once they've got the gravel for that down tomorrow, then Dad's got to move his trailer from here over there. And the sucky part for him is he's probably not going to be able to hook up to anything because we need the hoses and the cables out of the way. So the next couple days, and they're going to be hot days, we're looking at 31 today, probably tomorrow as well. And he's not even going to be able to really run his AC. And if he does run his AC off of like 15 amp, he won't be able to run anything else in his trailer. So it's going to be a couple of rough days for him. I suggested he just kind of hang out with us in the house, but it's up to him. So this area over here, we've had a lot of progress on this today so far. I've been probably gone through about 8 tanks on my chainsaw today. I went through an adjuster bolt. I lost one of those. I lost another lug nut on the side of my chainsaw, and the kill switch on my chainsaw stopped working. I had to fix that. So I've been putting a lot of wear and tear on that poor chainsaw today, but as a result, I've helped to clear out all of this area in here. This is where we originally had our cows. I needed to get that area grubbed because of all the garbage and glass and everything that started showing up once you had some animals in there and they were cleaning up the duff. It was covered in garbage, so we had to get them out of there, move all this over here, and now we've got this area pretty much grubbed. I've got a few more trees I got to drop down in here, but over here we're going to make the road for our farm stand. It's going to go right over where we had our fire pit. We're going to draw it out to the other spot over there so people can drive in, stop at the various farm stands and get what they want, come out here and make an easy drive right back out the driveway. As well as I think we're going to do the main entrance for the barnyard area right here. It's already kind of leveled out and it's got a lot of gravel or sandstone on it to make a decent driveway. So the main entrance in and out of the barnyard area is going to be right in here. Yeah, so that's what we've been working on so far.
Thank you for watching as we continue to pursue a life of self-sustainability and purpose. Don't miss out on the next episode as we install some critical infrastructure and start the process of expanding our farm with another house.